Hey guys, today I'm going to take you step by step on how to set up for a barbell hip thrust and how to properly perform the exercise. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and tap the notification bell so you never miss a video with me. Let's get started. Alright, so if you didn't already know, the hip thrust is a glute dominant exercise great for, well, growing the glutes. Doing the hip thrust with a barbell can seem really intimidating, so you can start with a Smith machine or with pre-weighted barbells, but do not be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and try barbell ones because the only way to get better is to practice. I'm going to begin setting up for the barbell hip thrust by getting everything we need, starting with a bench. I'm going to adjust the bench so it's laying completely flat. Then I'm going to grab some foam padding, which I'll use later to place under the barbell. Next, I'll add some weight to the barbell. The barbell is a silver bar here. The plates, which are the large circular black pins I'm holding, will go on either end of the barbell. The barbell itself is 45 pounds. I'm also using clamps on the outside of the plates to secure them into place. Also, if you're unfamiliar with how to use any of the gym equipment I have here, please make sure to check out my how to use gym equipment video that I've linked in the description box below. From here, I'll grab the barbell and place it on the floor/deadlift platform. I then sit on the floor with my back to the bench and roll the barbell towards me with the blue foam padding underneath the barbell. The foam helps to protect my hips from getting hurt by the weight and pressure of the barbell. If you don't have a foam cushion like the one that I have here, you can always use a yoga mat or squat bar cushion. I'll link a few below in the description box. Once the barbell is as close to me as the foam cushion will allow, I'll bring my knees up and feet towards me. Your feet should be about shoulder width apart, and the bench should be positioned right under your shoulder blades. As you get ready to go into the thrusting movement, inhale, contract your core, and squeeze your glutes. As you squeeze your glutes, this will force your hips up towards the ceiling into the thrusting motion. Once you reach the top and you can't possibly squeeze your glutes anymore, exhale and bring your hips back to starting position. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhaling and contracting your core as you go into the thrusting motion helps to keep your back straight and spine neutral, alleviating the potential for back pain. You'll also notice that my chin stays down the entire time and my face is always forward, looking at my own reflection in the mirror the whole time. Doing this helps to make sure that you're not overarching your back and putting unnecessary pressure on your back. The bench behind me is not necessarily there for you to push off of, but simply to offer support. The power of the hip thrust should come solely from contracting your glutes, not from pushing off of the bench. You'll also want to make sure that where your quads and shin meet at the knee comes to a 90-degree angle. This helps to maximize glute activation. Otherwise, if your feet are too far forward, you'll end up engaging your hamstrings, and if your feet are too far back, you'll end up engaging your quads. And since this is a glute-focused workout, we want to make sure that we're engaging the glutes as much as possible. Also, my hands are placed on top of the barbell simply to keep it in place so it doesn't move around from side to side. Your arms should not be helping to lift the barbell up. The hip thrust can be a little difficult and awkward to do, but always make sure that you're always in control of your movements. As you can see here, my feet are too far forward, engaging my hamstrings instead of my glutes, and I'm using the bench to push off of and perform the thrust instead of contracting my glutes, making the motion look erratic and uncontrolled. Another thing you'll want to avoid is arching your back too much, as you can see here that I'm doing. I'm looking up at the ceiling the whole time, causing my back and spine to be bent awkwardly and placing unnecessary strain on them. This is why it's important to contract your core as you go into the thrust because it helps keep your back and spine neutral. Alright, so I know that was a lot of steps, let's go over everything one more time just to recap. Once we've set up for the exercise, we want to sit so that the bottom of our shoulder blades are right on top of the bench. Then we'll place the foam padding between our hips and the barbell. We'll roll the barbell as close to our bodies as we can, bring our feet towards our body, positioning them about shoulder width apart. As we get ready to perform the hip thrust, we inhale, contracting our core, squeeze our glutes and bring our hips towards the ceiling, and exhaling and releasing the tension as we come down. Our knees come to a 90-degree angle. We're using the bench as support, not as leverage to push off of. Eyes are looking straight ahead always. Keep on breathing and contracting those glutes as hard as you can. I hope that this video was helpful for you. Keep in mind that a movement such as the hip thrust does take a little bit of time to get down, so just keep on practicing and you will master it in no time. If you haven't already, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Instagram. I will see you all again next week.